Welcome back to Emotion Regulation, and we're going to discuss a skill called increasing positive emotion. So before I get into the skill, I do want to say there's two videos that are very much similar. I use multiple texts when doing these courses just because I believe that there are some skills that don't work for some people, and I like to include a lot of skills that way people can actually pick through the skills, which isn't necessarily traditional DBT. So there are 50 skills in this module. So there's two that are nearly the same, this being one of them. I point that out because I use the original Marshall Linehan book, and I also use the Green book, which I like to call the Green Book, but it's by Matthew McKay and a few other authors. So I will include both videos in this. I know a lot of people do follow along with texts or they sort of search online. So I did want to include both of these just because if you are Googling or looking for more handouts or utilizing a book, they're named slightly different, and I want to make sure that if you are following along in another realm, you are able to do so. So I do kind of apologize if you are in one of the other books and it calls it something different. They are almost the same, but hopefully you're able to follow along. And if you're not using a text, this is sort of a good semi-repeat, a little bbit of an overlap of a skill that actually is really, really useful. So in going into that, this is the skill of increasing positive emotions, which the book calls it. And it's the idea that you do three things to increase positive emotions. It is distract, it's mindfulness, and it's build positive experiences. So distraction skills are also in the distress tolerance module as a heads up, but in short, distracting by watching Netflix, distracting by calling a friend, distraction by walking your dog. It could be distraction by, you're arguing with someone on your phone and you are just going to put the phone to the side because you don't want to deal with it anymore, and you're going to go watch some Netflix, or you're going to take a break from whatever you're doing and eat something, or you're going to take a nap. It's a great distraction skill. So in order to increase positive emotions, distract, let yourself have that break. If you feel up for it, do something fun. If your distraction is taking a nap or watching your favorite show on Netflix, that's also a really great use of distraction skills. I also think distraction skills are great because we all use them already. I don't think there's many people out there that don't distract by listening to music or watching TV or going on a walk or taking a nap. I think these are all things that at some point we use, and maybe we kind of get lost in the shuffle as we get older or busy or other things happen, but we all do distract. It could be a very healthy skill. So start with a distraction and then work into mindfulness. There's also a whole module on mindfulness, but if you don't already have a mindfulness practice going on, there's also plenty of YouTube videos. There's plenty of information out there for free on mindfulness. There's also a bunch of other courses, of course, on Udemy that are amazing for mindfulness as well. So start mindfulness. And I always say, mindfulness is not an hour of clearing your head, sitting like this in the middle of a field. And if you can do that, and that is your mindfulness practice, more power to you. I find that really difficult. I find the people that I work with are struggling with 5-minute mindfulness. So mindfulness could just be focusing on your breath for a minute. Even taking one deep breath could be your mindfulness technique. I talk often about, for me, what I like to do for mindfulness is I really like heat sensation. So I will go to a cafe or even in my own house, make a hot cup of coffee or hot chocolate and kind of just sit. And I just like the warmth of holding the cup, the smoothness of sort of a ceramic cup, and just kind of like the way it kind of warms my hands and my body. And that might seem kind of silly to you, but for me, if I am in a meeting or if I'm in a training all day long and I'm struggle focusing, I will get up and get coffee. Sometimes I don't even drink much of the coffee, and sometimes it's just hot water, but I just like the physical sensation and will kind of take it in for just a few seconds or minutes just to help me focus and to get rid of the traffic I was sitting in and all the other stuff that's going on in my life, just to be able to focus. So distract, mindfulness, and then build positive experiences. And for some people, the thought of, going out and hanging out with your friends and having a ton of fun it's really overwhelming. So I will start with small positive experiences. Positive experiences could be calling a friend. It could be getting out of the house and getting a cup of hot chocolate or tea or coffee. It could be having a little treat, going out, or hey, ordering in your favorite meal if you live in a city that has food delivery, ordering in your favorite meal from a restaurant if you don't really feel like going out, or engaging with other people, or maybe not. Maybe positive experience is you're going to turn on that Netflix comedy series that just has you crying laughing because it's so funny, and that is your positive experience. So keep in mind, positive experiences, it doesn't need to be booking a vacation and doing these sort of potentially expensive or things you're not able to do. I point that out because I think a lot of DBT and mindfulness and, that kind of thing, and some of the skills in DBT and the DBT book involve, taking a vacation and things that a lot of people are unable or unwilling for multiple reasons to do. So building positive experiences could be putting a heat pack on your back, could be taking a bath, could be self-care, and it could also be watching a 1-hour really funny Netflix special or that YouTube video that no matter how many times you watch, it just gets funnier and funnier and you pick up more and more from it. So increasing positive emotions is distraction, it's mindfulness, and it's building positive experiences.